I mean, I feel like fighting is I say all the time, I think that every other sport is like a metaphor for fighting or a metaphor for going to war or something. Like it's
Yeah.
just progressing down something and doing, and there's all the physical contact and everything. But I feel like fighting is as direct as you're going to get about it. I just enjoy I feel like it's the most direct form of competition. That's why I liked wrestling back in high school too. It's why I like football, but like that direct one-on-one competition is, the funnest part for me. Outside of everything else, even like I was doing it and having fun, not even getting paid. So it's just gonna be cooler now.
Right.
The
Yeah.
worst part, the worst part is just not be able to eat. I'm real big on food. Like
Okay.
I'll go on Yelp. Like Yelp is probably my favorite app,
Yeah.
and I'll go on there and just look at food, especially while I'm cutting weight or doing anything else, or just going throughout the camp and knowing that I can't eat something. It bothers you sometimes, but like, yeah, I think the worst part is just not being able to eat whatever you want to.
Derik, you're an MMA fighter based out there in Kentucky. You're making your pro debut August 27th for B2 Fighting Series. Thank you so much for your time, man. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Again, I appreciate you having me on. Like it's always good to get on and be able to talk about anything.
Yeah. I love to go back with my shows. Like, where did you grow up? What's childhood like for you, man?
I grew up in Paducah, Kentucky, and
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I went to Paducah Tillman High School, just the Paducah Independent City Schools the whole time, and got into sports when I was 10, and pretty much just never stopped.
Okay. That's awesome. What was the motivation behind you getting into MMA?
I mean, I always tell people I only played football because my mom. That's what my mom would let me do. Like I loved MMA. I think I saw the season finale fight on the first Ultimate Fighter, and I loved it then. I remember having all the fighters only magazines and everything, but she just wouldn't let me do it. She thought it was like WWE, like she thought it was fake.
Okay. Sure.
So yeah, I played football the whole time. That got me through school.
Yeah.
But then right after, I didn't really want to pursue anything professionally, football wise. I was burnt out with it, I feel like. And I went to a gym and started training. I went to a boxing gym first, went to BGKY boxing, and then a few months later went to MMA gym and just never stopped.
Okay. What was the reaction from your mom then when you're like, hey, I'm going to get in this cage and start doing this thing?
She thought it was gonna be like a short, like a hobby, I guess. I don't think she had believed that I was gonna actually go out there and fight people and try to make a career or anything. I told her from the beginning, but the reality didn't hit her until my first fight, and she's like, "Oh, he's like dead serious right now."
That's awesome. Before you walk out to the cage, man, what are you doing backstage? How you feeling, man? Do you do any rituals or anything like that to kind of prepare mentally before you get out there?
No, I try to stay away from all that stuff. 'Cause I feel like it's the type of thing where if you get so used to doing the same thing over and over again, if you get taken out of that loop, it'll mess you up.
Yeah.
So I try to just relax for the most part, and as the fight gets closer and closer, I try to progressively warm up more and more. Like I try to take a more older approach on that stuff. And I've seen some people that come out and they're completely dry and just not really warm or anything. That's where I try to come out being a full sweat before the fight, like as I walk into the ring,
Oh,
and
nice.
it's worked well with me.
Yeah. And then how did you get the nickname Lord?
It was the Ogre Lord originally because my name is Overstreet on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
And that's literally just a spin off of the freaking like the Shrek memes.
Yeah, yeah.
They used
Okay.
to be real like, but as a joke, I got there's like a plot of land. You can do a thing where you buy a plot of land over in Scotland.
Yeah, yeah.
It's literally 1 square foot, but because they haven't changed the rules since in hundreds of years in terms of land ownership, if you own any land over there, it's you're legally a lord. So I'm like over there. If I was to go to Scotland right now, I'm legally Lord Derik Overstreet.
That's awesome, dude. I've never known anyone who actually did that, but I've seen ads for that, dude. That's so rad. So you went and bought that, dude. That's so awesome.
Yeah, I actually went through with that. I was like, I might as well.
Yeah. Oh, super cool, dude. Well, like I mentioned, man, you're making your pro debut at B2 Fighting Series August 27th against Christian Eccles. You're on a 3-fight win streak, I think, if Tapology is correct. But what are you most excited about for this fight, man?
I mean, just finally getting paid. Like
Yeah.
it's in Kentucky anyway. The only thing you can't do is elbow somebody. So I've pretty much been fighting professionally anyway since I started. It's
Gotcha.
just thinking now I actually get a check for it. Like I actually get paid to try to beat somebody up. So that's a motivation in itself.
Yeah.
But,
Oh man,
yeah.
absolutely. I watch a lot of amateur fights up here in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, where I'm based out of, man. And like, these guys are in amateurs, like they're not getting paid. And out here is a little bit different rules where they have to wear like the shin guards and stuff like that, but then they can't do the elbows. But pretty much like you said, man, you're already basically fighting at a pro level. You just can't do the elbows. But man, I'm excited to see you get in there and fight Christian there. That should be a great fight. Um, as fighters, and I have a lot of fighters on the show, this will be like over 234 or 240 episodes that'll be rolled out by the time this comes out here. And all the fighters that come on, they always have like this area where they feel like they need to improve. What are those areas for you where you feel like you should be improving?
Like I just don't use I have good jiu-jitsu, I just don't use it or show it. And
Yeah.
obviously I wrestled in high school and everything, and I wrestle a lot at the gym. I just don't show it. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I need to actively go out and show it in the fight.
Right.
So it's just a thing of putting it on paper. Not even a thing of necessarily improve. Everything is going up at like the steady slope. It's
Totally.
just a thing of actually putting it out there, not being afraid to go out there and show everything you have. And that's going to be a big thing moving forward as a pro.
Yep. Absolutely. And then what's that weight class that you're going to fight at as a pro?
It's going to be a 185.
185. Okay. Nice. And then, always a fun question to ask, but what's the best part about fighting and what's the worst part about fighting for you?
I mean, I feel like fighting is I say all the time, I think that every other sport is like a metaphor for fighting or a metaphor for going to war or something. Like it's just progressing down something and there's all the physical contact and everything. But I feel like fighting is as direct as you're going to get about it. I just enjoy I feel like it's the most direct form of competition. That's why I liked wrestling back in high school too. It's why I like football, but like that direct one-on-one competition is the funnest part for me. Outside of everything else, even like I was doing it and having fun, not even getting paid. So it's just gonna be cooler now.
Right.
The worst part is just not be able to eat. I'm real big on food. Like I'll go on Yelp. Like Yelp is probably my favorite app.
Yeah.
And I'll go on there and just look at food, especially while I'm cutting weight or doing anything else, or just going throughout a camp and knowing that I can't eat something. It bothers you sometimes, but like, yeah, I think the worst part is just not being able to eat whatever you want to.
Yeah. What's that walk around weight for you then?
Probably 215,
Oh,
210.
wow. Okay. So you cut quite a bit of weight then to get at 185 then.
Yeah, just go down progressively.
Yeah. Oh man. Wow. Well, I mean, your fight on 827, I think will be your fourth fight of 2021, right?
Be my
fifth one. Oh my gosh, man. Like, so, I mean, you definitely have enough time to get a couple more fights in for the rest of the year if you don't get injured in the fight or anything like that. How many fights do you want to get in 2021?
I set the goal at 5, so I'm already hitting this goal. Anything after that is just extra, but it's the type of thing where if it makes sense, I like to keep rolling. I don't like to sit around. Even I think my last fight was like June 1st or so.
Right.
And I've been losing my mind since then because I just don't like sitting around not being active. Like I was looking for a fight the whole time in between. So I'm just excited to get back in. I want to stay as active. Like you said, if I'm not hurt or if there's not something crazy going on in the background, I try to be as active as possible.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so awesome.
So hopefully it might be 1, it might be 2 more. I'm just as much as possible, just keep it rolling.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, hey, I wanted to shift to some fun questions. I've got these things called pod decks. So it's just random questions, man. I'll pull one out here real quick and see how it goes. See what this one says. What is something that you hate but you wish you loved?
Cooking for myself, but I'm working on that.
Okay.
Like it gets to be such an inconvenience in between like you're working and you're training and you're going back and forth trying to do anything relationship wise, and then to come home and have to cook too. You're just like, oh man, I really don't want to.
Right.
But at the same, I'm not a bad cook or anything. I just don't enjoy sitting down having to take the time to do it. So I'm working on that.
Totally. That's a great answer. No,
yeah, I love that. Real big on food.
Totally. That's awesome. Funny question asked, like, who is the person that has hit you the hardest? Whether that was in training or in a fight, you're just like, whoa, man, that just got rocked.
I got straight up dropped before in a fight, but like at the same time, there's people. We have a dude, Josh Biggs, at the gym who hit me, and like you feel your whole face just like like that's and your whole face is bruised up after. There's just a few heavy. Tony Johnson used to be at Nashville MMA, and like he's the only person that straight up dropped me from a body shot before.
Okay.
It's the thing of getting hit hard and it being precise. Like it's just there's certain people where they're so big you can't do much with them.
Right.
And I'm not a small dude by any means, but there's like Tony walks around 100 pounds heavier than me.
Okay.
It's that type of thing. Like, yeah, there's heavyweights. I don't really like to, like, that's just a different area.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's awesome, dude. Well, I'm a big music guy, so I'd love to ask the question, like, what's the favorite type of music for you, or do you have a favorite band or group that you like to listen to?
I'm real big on punk. I freaking got I don't know if you can see it now. I got freaking, Descendants of Black Flag tattoo right there. I got a lot of stuff going, but I'm real big on punk. I listen punk. I listen to rap a lot. I listen to like real old like soul music, like James Brown, like Sam Cooke and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude.
So I'm pretty all over the place on that, but I'd say punk, soul, and rap.
Yeah, nice, man. Yep, I love like. Punk, you know, when they announced my wife and I at our wedding, we walked out to MXPX, man. Like, you know, yeah, so big fan on that for sure, dude. Well, Derik, I also wanted to give you an opportunity, man, just to give a shout out to coaches, teammates, sponsors, man, anything like that. The camera's all yours, bro.
I appreciate all my sponsors. It's a few people now. Little Fox Bakery, Fuel Nutrition, Little Fox especially. They've been with me since my second fight, I believe it was, and just have held strong ever since. Molotov Skate Shop. Brandon Alexander, who's also been there, like who's been consistently a supporter. Anybody else I'm forgetting, I apologize, but I appreciate everybody. All my teammates and everybody at Nashville MMA's made me real like so much better since I've made the transition down there, and it's just I see consistent, steady growth, and I don't think I'd be anything worth talking about if I hadn't made that switch and kept on going from that. BGKY Boxing, all my people down there, they've really cleaned my hands up and everything. And just everybody that supports me. Like, I appreciate anybody that's backing me on this stuff. My girlfriend, my family, my mom, my friends, everybody on that one. But yeah, I'm really appreciative on stuff that on people and places that made me feel welcome. Yeah, made me feel like I'm doing the right thing in terms of things. Donna's, the bar that I work at, they also sponsor me. Like there's just being surrounded by good people is really important, especially when you're going out there and literally risking your life in a cage. It's just a different thing to feel like you're not going there by yourself.
Yep. Oh man. Derik, such an honor to have you on my show, man. Really, truly appreciate taking the time. Looking forward to that pro debut, August 27th, the B2 Fighting Series. Looking forward to seeing that hand raised, man. Thank you again for your time. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate you having me again. Thank you.
What's going on? Thank you so much for watching the show. I really appreciate it. Hey, I just wanted to do a quick introduction. If you've not seen my show or you don't know the services that I offer, I wanted to drop them to you right now. One, I do voiceover work. So if you're looking for a voiceover person to cover your motivational videos, or maybe it's Kickstarter videos or whatever it is, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you out there. I also work with brands on brand and product videos. So they'll send me their products to do reviews or box openings. Let me know. I'd love to work with you on your product as well and help you get that product out there. I also love to be able to share my story. So if I can make an impact on one person at your next speaking engagement, let me know. I love to talk about my story. I love to talk about how our past does not define our future, and morning routines and being consistent, how to be around those successful people that are just going to lift you up. Let's chat about having me speak at your next event. Let's make it happen. Again, thank you so much for checking out this show. Check out erikgalenmedia.com. Really appreciate your time. Have an awesome day.